Hey everybody, today's words to live by are: there's nothing as significant as a human face, nor as eloquent. We can never really know another person except by our first glance at him, because in that glance we know everything, even though we're not always wise enough to unravel the knowledge. And that is one of my favorite quotes by Ayn Rand in The Fountainhead, spoken by Howard Roark, who is the protagonist. And The Fountainhead is one of my top favorites, both the book and the movie, by the way. So if you're not a reader, you can at least watch the movie, which is very good. So this one strikes at just the heart of something that I think is just so beautiful. And I read this quote, and I've probably read it 100 times in my life. And it's just so beautiful, and it brings me so much joy when I sort of think about it and meditate on it. But have you ever met someone and in that instant just known something about them, like before a single word has ever been spoken? And so this quote reminds us that a human face tells a story far deeper sometimes than language or the words they speak. That our intuition often perceives a truth before our mind catches up. And so this reflection today, it invites us almost to trust that quiet knowing we have inside us, that intuition within us. And every face carries something with it, right? A history, an energy, a truth. And in that first glance, our spirit always recognizes something real. And so Rand's words in this case suggest that even if we don't always understand what we see, we do see something. So in our chaotic and noisy world, right, of masks and curated appearances and often faceless influencers, right? This quote calls us back to presence and our own perception, and it invites us to trust it. It invites us to pay attention to what's revealed in that really brief, like sometimes unguarded moment when we simply see another human being. So there were times in my life where this intuition came in pretty handy because in sports, for instance, I could look at someone and know instantly whether they believed in themselves. And likewise, I could look in the mirror at my own face and say, am I believing in myself today? And there were days when I wasn't sure, and there were days when I was absolutely sure, right? And so it's what the face reveals in those unguarded moments. The same thing goes if you're in business. You can actually sit across a desk from someone and just look at them and know if they're full of it or if they're really honest and transparent. In writing, even, so something that I now do a lot of, when I'm able to put a face to the words that I'm able to read on a page, it immediately captures and completes the full picture of who they are. And that is so cool when you sort of experience that. So the point is that every day you don't have to search very hard for somebody's authenticity or to learn about their character or even their deceptions, frankly. You'll know it instantly. And so I think this age-old thing about wisdom being learned, yes, I think wisdom does come from learning, but it also sometimes comes from feeling and what you're able to use in terms of intuition about someone or a situation. So my takeaway, even though there could be like 10 of them from this quote today, which I love, but the takeaway I would say is that our first glance often tells the truth if we're wise enough to listen. And look up from your phone once in a while because you might learn more faster when you do. So I hope you enjoyed today's reflection. If you did, please like and or subscribe, and I'll see you all again soon.